Hi guys, CC here back again with another video on Monster Super League. So for today's video, we are doing a monster review on Pixie. On the Monster Super League Facebook is already announced that Pixie will be our next NAF4 Rebirth in the Rebirth Festival. So she will be around for the next 3 Rebirth Festival. So, Pixie. This is her second reintroduced in the NAF4 Rebirth. This is her second time around coming to the Rebirth Festival. Before I start doing the monster review, I should say that Pixie Rebirth, if you are new to the game or if you are low on NAF4, or you need to build some NAF4, you need NAF4 to build other NAF4. Pixie Rebirth is the only time or the only NAF4 Rebirth that you can skip on and take this time to save up your NAF4 collection or your numbers or NAF4 for the next NAF4 Rebirth. Pixie is a healer monster, so in Monster Super League there's very limited parts that uses healer, and therefore that out of all her elements or her 5 elements, there is only a few that it's useful. So and it's totally not necessary to build her also if you, I don't know, she can be replaced in certain area. So she's totally like a monster for the late game players they have multiple extra NAF4 that their storage is about to bust and they still need certain Pixie to use in certain areas, or they just want to try out new monster regardless of her how usefulness of she is. That is gonna say about Pixie. If you are new or you need the time to save up NAF4, this is the time to do that. Okay, so let's start with Fire Pixie first. Fire Pixie, she is a tank. Even though she's a tank healer, her recovery stat is still pretty decent with 2500, and her HP is pretty high, 33k in level 60. Defense a little bit low, but we can omit that she has other good stats. And good skill as well. So Fire Pixie is probably the most useful out of all of her elements. 3-star skill. Her 3-star skill is Adrenaline, grants 100% to restore 20% of her own HP, and her 5-star skill is a defense up buff, increase allies defense for 2 turns. She is the healer monster for the Wood Titan. With that, she can give defense up. But before you go hand on building one of each Pixie on each your lineup, reminding that Wood Titan in your first line, Wood Titan have a buff breaker skill. Therefore, her defense up is useless in the first line of your Wood Titan team. So she can only be placed in the second line of your Wood Titan team. So just a heads up before you go ham and build like 4 Fire Pixie and find out that her skill is useless in the first line of your Wood Titan. So you really just need to build 2 of her in your second line of your Wood Titan. Okay, so let's move to Water Pixie. Water Pixie, she is a recovery healer. Good HP, a low defense, high recovery, because she's a recovery monster, recovery healer. And let's take a look at her skills. Her skill, her 3-star skill is a 70% sap with 2 type sap for 1 turn, and her 5-star skill is dominance with a dominance buff for 2 turns. So she is one of the 2 Pixie that is useless. Beautiful but useless because of her skill combination. She has sap pair up with dominance. Dominance is a PvP defense skill. However, healer generally, especially recovery healer, a recovery healer doesn't work well in PvP defense because that they are an easy target, they don't do damage, they are just taking a spot for you that can replace for like a semi healer that can both deal damage and heal, like a light Odin, for example. So before even probably giving out dominance, she probably will be dead already, or she'll just be ignored until the last that she just not a threat to the PvP defense. And sap for 2 type 1 turn, it doesn't work in PvP. So therefore this combination of skill is just useless. So okay, let's move on to Wood Pixie. Wood Pixie is also a recovery healer. Lower stats compared to the Water Pixie. She is also one of the useless Pixie. Her 3-star skill is sleep, with 70% chance to put target in sleep for 2 turns, and her 5-star skill is vigor, that restores set of amount allies HP for 2 turns. First of all, vigor and sleep. Okay, let's start with vigor. Vigor is the least desirable healer skill out of all the healer skill, like shield, defense up, attack up, whatever. Vigor is the least desirable. Sleep is also the least desirable effects, although compared to like shock, stun, whatever. Because sleep, even if she casts sleep, if a monster casts a attack skill after her sleep will be just be gone. So she is not something worth the 16 monster to sacrifice to build her, when there's much better healer like Wood-Hana. Wood-Hana is like the must wood healer in Water Titan. Attack down plus defense up. So given that healer doesn't have much use outside of PvP and Titan, this combination is just meh. Yeah, pretty bad. So she's like the also the bad Pixie, the useless Pixie. Okay, so let's move to Light Pixie. Light Pixie, she is also a recovery healer. Good recovery stats, a bit higher defense, decent HP. Let's take a look at her skill. Her skill, she has 60% chance for defense down for 2 turns, and her 5-star skill is vigor. Defense down is good, but as I say, vigor is the least helpful skill out of all the healing. But because she has defense down, we can kind of forgive that her 5-star skill is not as good. With fully book, her defense down can be raised to plus 15, so that means a total of 75% chance for 2-turn defense down, and then a higher effective vigor healing. So she has a little bit use. Certainly still not. She is still not a PvP defense monster. She can be somewhat useful in PvP offense, and somewhat useful in the Lion Dark Titan to provide that defense down when she is fully booked with a 75% chance. Still not very high, but then given that she has a defense down and can work both as a defense down and healer, a little bit useful. So yeah, not the top choice, but compared to other, there's not much healer that has this combination giving defense down as their skill. Therefore, she is kind of unique in that way. Okay, so let's move lastly to the Dark Pixie. Dark Pixie, she is also a recovery healer, a little bit lower HP than the Light Pixie, I believe. Yeah, a little bit lower HP. A little bit lower HP, decent recovery, decent, slightly low defense. Okay, let's look at her skill. On her 3-star skill, she has Battle Rush that attack restore 20% of her own HP and skill points. And her 5-star skill is Resilience. Applies Resilience buff to allies for 3 turns, and with this buff that the allies team will gain skill point proportional to the amount of damage they taken. So this skill combination is actually pretty cool. This combination is good for PvP, but again, like I said, healer doesn't do well in PvP defense, so she can only be used in PvP offense. I can see she can have some usefulness in that. With her Battle Rush, she can quickly gain her skill point bar up to have Resilience buff, and then provide that Resilience buff to her team. And then with that Resilience buff, it can be beneficial for some monster that their 5-star skill is much stronger than their 3-star skill. So something like a fire Draker that want to keep using his puncture. So she has some uses. She is one of those monsters for the end game player to test out their team combination and just try out their PvP team for fun. And then with her book, when she's fully booked, she'll gain a +5 effectiveness on her Battle Rush, bring that to 25%. Battle Rush to restore her HP as skill point, and then provide 25% heal. So more heal. So she is it's a fun monster. I think she is something for fun in the late game category. When you have nothing to do, then improve your PvP or improve your Titan. But it's not something that beginner to play with, wasting their precious 16 NAF4 to build with. So that is it for the Pixie review. Like I said before, Pixie, she has very beautiful design, and her attack animation is very beautiful. But then she has very niche uses. So for the beginner or people that lacks NAF4, she is something that you can skip on, and then maybe next year when you can like get more NAF4, like you have a better farming team and you can grind your estrogen faster, then you can come back to her when they bring her back. But she is not something that new player should invest 16 monster into getting a healer monster, because even that fire Pixie, she has defense up. Fire Cura can do the same similar thing, providing shield to the team as a healing for Titan team. So yeah, she is like more of a preference thing. You can build her for the look, but I don't recommend beginner player to spend monster on building her in the beginning, because you're just wasting resources when you can put some of those NAT4 that has a better use in your game progression. Okay, so that is it for this sponsor review. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you like this video, give it a like, and then if you want to watch more contents of Monster Super League in my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.